I stood at the altar, music playing, guests smiling, when my best friend leaned in and whispered 7 words that made my stomach drop. "I didn't think you'd actually go through with it." 5 minutes later, I walked out of my own wedding in my dress, while my guests watched in total silence. Now everyone says I overreacted. But what she did behind my back changed everything. The story. I'm a 27-year-old woman, and until that day, I thought my life was finally coming together. I was marrying my fiancé for years. Let's call him Evan. He's kind, calm, steady, the kind of man people say is boring until they realize boring means safe, loyal, and dependable. My best friend since high school, Lena, never liked him. She never said it directly. It was always jokes. "Are you sure he challenges you? Don't you think you settled a little? I just want more for you." I brushed it off. She'd always been dramatic. Always believed she knew what was best for me. When Evan proposed, Lena cried. But something felt off. She hugged me, smiled, congratulated me, and then went strangely distant. Still, I asked her to be my maid of honor. That was my first mistake. The warning signs. During wedding planning, Lena became controlling. She argued about the dress I chose, complained about the venue, kept suggesting I slow down or think things through. 2 weeks before the wedding, she asked me something that stuck with me. "Promise me," she said, "that if you wake up on your wedding day and feel even a little unsure, you won't go through with it." I laughed and said yes, because what else do you say? I didn't realize she meant it. The wedding day. The ceremony was beautiful. The venue was full. Music echoed through the room. Everyone stood as I walked down the aisle. Evan looked like he was about to cry. I remember thinking, this is it. I'm happy. Then I reached the altar. Lena stepped forward to adjust my dress and leaned in close. That S, when she whispered, "I didn't think you'd actually go through with it." I froze. Before I could respond, she added quietly, "I told him you had doubts. I thought he'd call it off." My heart started pounding. I whispered back, "Told who?" She smiled like she'd done me a favor. "Evan. Weeks ago. I told him you weren't sure. I just wanted to protect you." The realization. Everything clicked at once. Why Evan had been anxious. Why he'd asked me, more than once, if I was really happy. Why he'd looked relieved when I reassured him. My best friend had planted doubt in the man I loved. Right before our wedding. Without talking to me. Without my consent. Without caring about the damage. The officiant asked if we were ready to begin. I looked at Evan. He looked confused, nervous, vulnerable. And suddenly, I realized something terrifying. If Lena was willing to sabotage my relationship to protect me, she would never stop. The walkout. I took a step back, then another. I said out loud, "I'm sorry. I can't do this right now." Gasps filled the room. Lena's face went white. Evan reached for my hand, asking what was wrong, but I couldn't explain it there. Not like that. I turned and walked out. Still in my wedding dress, still holding my bouquet. Still shaking. The fallout. I told Evan everything later that night. He was devastated, but not angry at me. He said, "I knew something felt wrong. I just didn't know who it came from." We postponed the wedding. As for Lena, she told everyone I panicked. That she was just being honest. That I humiliated her, on purpose. Some friends say she crossed a line. Others say I should have handled it privately after the ceremony. But here's the thing. If I had married him that day, with that betrayal hanging over us, I don't think our marriage would have survived. So now I'm asking, am I the asshole for walking out of my own wedding after my best friend tried to sabotage it?